Hi, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday's program. Glad, as always, to have you. Glad you're giving me a little bit of your time from a beautiful Wednesday evening. Weather-wise, we've got more to come. Glad to give you that update in just a few moments. I got to be honest. I kind of feel as though it's the only thing anybody might be talking about or wanting to talk about at this particular time, and that I could literally do a mic drop and walk off and have a great show by simply saying Oscars stay. I'm not going to do that, but that's how big it feels. Sheboygan is going to play for the Cats again next year. It's not totally surprising. I know I don't cover a lot of Kentucky sports, but not totally surprising if you've been reading about his current thought process, or that as of late. But it's still major news to everyone in the Big Blue Nation. Absolutely huge news. It is the first time as well in history that a National Player of the Year, and this is not just at Kentucky, has come back to their college to play another season. And for that, Mr. Sheboygan, we indeed are very, very grateful. I also need to make one other announcement before we go to headlines. This is just a reminder. I'm still looking for someone to sit behind this desk and do some reporting. One person, maybe a couple of individuals, to go out in the field, cover some meetings, human interest stories, and the like. Maybe possibly edit those as well and bring them back in that form. As well, looking for someone to sit behind the desk and do the news from time to time. The big hurdle is Lacey's wedding coming up in June, which I know will have me out of the office for a few days that week, but also with everything going on and some things that we're as well planning on going on here in this particular under this particular roof, which of course encapsulates a lot. It would be nice to have one who could do the news from time to time. That would require someone who has at least some knowledge or experience of Apple's Final Cut Pro editing software, or at least iMovie, which is just a simpler dressed-down version. But that's really about it. If you're interested, know someone who is in either of those positions, please let me know. All right, local headlines in just a few seconds. First off, though, I need to pass this along. It is a felony now in the state of Kentucky, and has been officially since the 12th of this month when the governor signed it into law. I'm talking about swatting, and we've had our first reported incident last night and this morning. And in this particular occasion, they targeted Rowan County very hard. The sheriff's department there is investigating, hoping that anyone may have some information, because this may have not come from someone just from Rowan County, but maybe someone else in Kentucky, elsewhere in the country. Who knows? But they did target Rowan County last night as far as Rowan County schools, Morehead State University, St. Clair's Medical Center as well. It all started last night with first a call to someone claiming that they had killed their family. An individual got a call last night that, as disturbing as it sounds, someone had killed their family, and they gave authorities the address. And authorities had reason to believe that it wasn't a real call, but nevertheless they responded, found that indeed it was a total fraud. But later on, hours later, up into the wee hours of the morning, then droves of people started to get emails saying that a person had killed their family. Those emails going to people on the Morehead State University campus, as well as in the Rowan County School District, St. Clair Healthcare as well, and the list actually goes on in some places out of Morehead. Everyone has been deemed to be fine, and it's deemed to be an actual case of swatting, and again, authorities are investigating. With that said, local authorities here in Saggersville are investigating. They were obtaining warrants just when I left earlier this afternoon for the arrest of an individual or individuals which had robbed the estate, if you will, of a former Saggersville man.
This morning, the subject come in, report that the old Belsley Colony place been broken into. Missing several items, done some damage to the property, at which time I opened an investigation. A short time later, I was able to recover what I believe to be at least 95% of the stolen items. And then at this time, I've got 3 suspects, possibly 4, that I'll be seeking warrants for.
Adams says he located about 95%, he believes, of all the items that were taken at a Saggersville location earlier today, just a short time later after the theft was reported. He also says it was all easily identifiable, not just because it looked like Belsley's things, but also, if anyone who knew Belsley knows, he wrote his name on anything and everything. And that was the case, as his signature was on many, if not all, of the items.
From what I can learn, they cut the lock off of the gate and had went in on foot, got the items that they wanted to take, piled them all up, and come back a little bit later with a truck and loaded all the stuff up and left.
Coming up after this break, coverage of last night's McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting, a major enhancement, if you will, for McGoffin County 911, continuation of a free, for some, spay and neuter program, and is McGoffin County just days away from a new ambulance service? We'll talk about that next.
What's up, McGoffin County? It's Boone Williams, University of Kentucky.
Boone gets the call, over 100 yards rushing today. Boone pulling his way inside the 5, staying on his feet for the touchdown, Kentucky.
Make sure y'all go vote for my guy, Josh Cole, man. Let's.
I'm Joshua Poe, and I approve this message.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Saggersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Hello, my fellow McGoffin Countyans. My name is Carson Sloan, and I'm a candidate for Magistrate District 2. As your magistrate, I will apply the same core values I have held myself to all my life. As your magistrate, I will always be honest, hardworking, trusting, and dependable. I will be a full-time employee for you, the people of District 2 and McGoffin County as a whole. So on May 17th, please cast your vote for Carson Sloan for Magistrate District 2, number 1 on the ballot and number 1 for the job. Thank you.
Hello folks, I'm Jeff Lovely. I would like to ask for your vote and support to elect me as your next McGoffin County attorney. I've been practicing law for 25 years. In that time, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of county attorney offices throughout eastern Kentucky. I've learned that the best county attorneys are available and willing to listen when you have a question or a problem, and will do everything that they can to help. So I would like to ask for your vote and support to elect me your next McGoffin County attorney so I can be there for you and your family.
Not everything has changed over the years. Fraser's Prater Drug Store is still your most trusted pharmacy, where you can get your prescription brought to you curbside, or make your way to the counter for a snack, lunch, or an incredibly sweet treat. And check out Strings and Things inside the shack, the Radio Shack, musical instruments, guns, ammo, electronics, and more. It's as wonderfully unique of a shopping experience as is the selection at Fraser's Prater Drug Store in downtown Saggersville. Some pretty dramatic pictures from our friends at the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team here as of late. Their headlines that they make continually, daily, more often than not, been a bit overshadowed by, of course, the good news, the acquisition, if you will, of their Land Rover Discovery, which they won in a wonderful contest. We talked about that. But this week they were back to work, and in grand fashion. There were a few firsts as well this time around. A couple of canoers, which were missing for more than 12 hours, found, one suffering from hypothermia, with the search and rescue team giving us these dramatic pictures of the rescue. So Monday night around 10:30, they received a 911 call about 2 canoers that were way past their scheduled or expected return time. A 22-year-old man and woman were expected to be off the upper Red River before dark. And with the help of the Wolfe County Sheriff's Department, they quickly confirmed that the vehicles they were driving were still at their put-in or takeout locations, and temperatures were dropping below freezing and would continue. So they called in the assistance of the Kentucky State Police Aviation Unit to utilize their FLIR capabilities, that's radar, infrared radar. And because of several weather delays, though, including heavy rain and snow, the aerial search didn't start until around 3 o'clock that morning. However, the group wasn't found, then heavy fog rolled in, and they had to wait till daylight, and then the Kentucky State Police came back on the scene with a different flight crew starting around 9. Then they started searching the upper Red again. And at around 10:30 yesterday morning, they found who they were looking for, just off a drainage about 6 miles upstream from where they intended to take out. With the assistance of the KSP and some local residents and the use of some LiDAR imagery, they put together a plan to gain access to their location and moved through heavy vegetation, cliffs, waterfalls, and more to reach them. It took them a couple of hours of warming, hydrating, and providing some much-needed food for the two before they could even move them. The two who were rescued said their canoe had capsized twice, and on the last time, they had lost their boat completely. And to compound the issues and make it worse, the female's shoes were swept off her feet in the strong water, with the couple saying they survived the freezing temperatures by taking off their wet clothes and building an insulating shelter from leaves, taking refuge along a cliff line. They even said they heard the first round of aerial searches happening, but they were just too cold and hypothermic to make themselves visible to the rescuers. Wow. This was also the very first hoist operation conducted by the Kentucky State Police in the state ever. I've still got fiscal court coverage right now, though. Let's see what's happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. First, I need to make a clarification. Sorry, I don't have it typed in. But last night I was mentioning the Democratic meet and greet event coming up this weekend for all Democratic candidates in McGoffin County. That's still planned. It is at the Punchin Civil War Park. My apologies, not at the Ramey Park. I had that incorrect. It will be at the park this weekend, Saturday morning, starting at 10. All candidates are invited to set up tables, campaign materials, put up signs with a $100 donation to the committee. Any questions, call Donnelly McFarland or Amanda Allen at the Farmhouse Diner. My apologies again. Saturday at the Battlefield Park. The countywide cleanup, remember, starts next week. This is for all that garbage you can't usually set out and not your average, everyday household garbage. Those who vote in Magisterial District 2, well, your week is next week. And then District 3 will start May the 9th. And that week will be for them. And then District 1 will be the last, and they'll start May the 23rd through the 27th. So some time in there in between, time to remind you. And remember, the Saggersville City Cleanup campaign just goes on simultaneous throughout pretty much this entire time. I confirmed through Mayor Pete Shepard earlier today. No liquids, no hazardous waste, no construction material. Commodities tomorrow at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center, 12:30. If you can go down and help them just for a little bit, please. It's the most wonderful thing you can do to help some of the most wonderful people that we have. And also commodities tomorrow, Senior Commodity Day at Water into Wine, 12:30 till 2. If you have any questions for those folks, give them a call at 349-6301. Another thing happening tomorrow as well at our Senior Citizen Center here in McGoffin County at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center is Jemima Boone's going to be there. Well, you know, as depicted by a representative of the Kentucky Humanities Council Chautauqua series, Life on the Frontier. Jemima Boone, depicted tomorrow night at 6 at the Senior Citizen Center. This is free and not just for our seniors as well. It's a great evening, a great time, and a great place to spend with some great people. So keep that in mind. And keep me in mind whenever you have something your church, group, club, whatever has that they need everyone to know about. Or when you've got a special birthday or anniversary wish. And special birthdays, birth announcements, and anniversaries can be published for free in the Independent as well. But send those to Heather, not me. Heather at SaggersvilleIndependent.com. Going on to funeral service announcements, a reminder that 71-year-old, as I told you last night, Gary Allen Lowe of Louisa passed away Monday at his home. The son of the late Frank Lowe and Imogene Lowe. He survived by his wife Betty, daughters Jody Brown of Saggersville, Allison Gerald of Louisa, Terry Lowe of Louisa, and 10 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren, as well as brothers James, Danny, Sammy, Stevie, and David Lowe, and sisters Judy Salazar and Cheryl Ratliff. A memorial service in his honor starts this Saturday, at 1 o'clock. Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Hello, McGoffin County. My name is Robert James Bailey. I'm asking for your votes to serve as your next McGoffin County jailer. I can proudly say that my work ethic has been validated over the years as a foreman for Rumpke. I deal with the public on many levels solving issues they have encountered. Another one of my accomplishments is as a football coach for the elementary and middle school students. I have interacted and communicated effectively with both parents and students, and I will always be there to assist others when needed. If you're looking for new leadership, give me this opportunity to prove to you that I can perform all duties required as your next McGoffin County jailer.
It is never too early for spring to spring at the seasonal shop, and it has. With new ladies' fashions in and arriving daily from all the fashion houses you've come to love, like Royce, Mud Pie, Charlie Page, Simply Southern, they have a new line of spring tees from Ivory Ella, and amazing scents in soaps, body lotions, and home fragrance diffusers by Michael Design Works, with something for every room in the house. Plus new home decor, and as always, so much more at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Saggersville.
Hello, my name is Travis Joseph, and I'm a Democrat candidate for the office of Magoffin County Attorney. For the past 12 years, it has been my pleasure to serve as your Assistant County Attorney. This office is an extremely challenging and important job. In most cases, if you have to go see the county attorney, you're having a problem. You could be the victim of a crime, you could have received a traffic citation, you may be seeking treatment for a loved one with a substance abuse problem or mental health issue, or you may have a loved one that due to sickness or injury may be in need of legal guardianship. In those situations, it is important to be able to turn to someone with the knowledge and experience necessary to guide you through those difficult and scary times. For 12 years, I've handled all those matters on a daily basis, and I'm fully confident in my ability to serve you when you need help the most. On May 17th, I ask you to vote for me, Travis Joseph, as your next Magoffin County Attorney. Thank you.
Hello, Magoffin County. I'm Brian Montgomery, your current jailer. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you for your vote and support in this upcoming election. I've been in this line of work for the last 25 years, with 14 years being at the detention center, and now the last 11 and a half as your jailer, with continued training every year. I hope that I have helped you or a loved one somewhere along the way, and I hope that you will continue to let me serve you and come out on May 17th and vote for me, Brian Montgomery, for jailer, number 1 on the ballot. Thank you.
Car wrecks,
truck wreck,
disability,
workers' comp,
slip and fall,
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Are you ready for warm weather and a little sunshine? The Appalachian Wireless team has decided to have the ultimate spring break event. A sale so big with so many savings opportunities, you'll be thinking it's Christmas in April. The spring break event is going on now through the end of April, and all smartphones are on sale with Appalachian Advantage. Spring into an Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us on the web to see what deals have sprung at our spring break event. We know what you want because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
The past 3 years have been like no other time in history. We have had flooding events, ice storms, a 100-year pandemic, emergency service issues, and now we have inflation rising to levels not seen in decades. But in Magoffin County, we don't let adversity get us down. We have steadily moved our county forward, and this is because of you. Because of your faith and trust in me, I have been able to build relationships in Frankfort and in Washington, D.C., placing Magoffin County on the map as an up-and-coming community. Locally, we are continuing to renovate our county-owned buildings, properties, and parks. We now have a state-of-the-art 911 center, and we use every dollar of our road fund to repair and maintain our county roads. But as we all know, there is still so much more work to be done. I pledge to keep pushing for funding to expand water across the county, for economic development, for tourism, and other items to improve our community, as well as continuing to support and honor our local veterans. Again, thank you for your trust and support, and I ask for your vote for another term as Judge Executive so we can keep Magoffin County moving forward.
In your Magoffin County Fiscal Court meeting last night, they approved a motion that will make a major enhancement as well to Magoffin County 911. You heard the Magoffin County 911 Director, Scott Jenkins, if you saw the coverage in a recent meeting in which telecommunicators for 911 across the state were being recognized that month, but here locally as well at the fiscal court meeting, say that the Magoffin County 911 system has seen more improvements and advancements in the past couple of years than they have throughout their entire existence of about 27. And this will sit right at the top of that list.
What this is it gives our 911 the ability to run criminal histories and license plates and all those things where we don't have to call state police post every time. It has been a long, lengthy process getting this done, but we finally got it now. They've had to come and do audits, we've had to buy equipment, we've had to do a lot of work to get to this point. But now we're here, and we get this contract signed, and we'll be able to do all that on our own. It'll be the first time that's ever happened.
Good. There's been a lot of upgrades in 911.
Absolutely, yeah. We're on the cutting edge in Eastern Kentucky for sure.
Yeah.
That motion was obviously approved, as was another you may or may not know about. A program, actually. It's been ongoing for several years, since before our animal shelter came into existence, and they renewed that program again this year. It's for low-income residents, and it's a program to supply or provide free spay or neutering for up to 2 animals.
This is a low-income program where people who meet the income guidelines can get their pets spayed or neutered. I think we have a limited amount of money, but as you can see on the application there, get up to 2 applications per household, and we do this every year. We just need to get the program approved so we get it sent in.
Is this done on site or do we take it?
No, they have to take it to Whistler, the vet clinic.
Is this for everybody in the county?
This low income, it's households under 30,000.
All over the county? Yeah.
Yeah, and they can bring up to 2 until the money runs out.
Yeah.
And they'll be paid for.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Later, the Sheriff's Department presented excess fees for fiscal years 19 and 20, totaling $82,000. And the judge, towards the latter part of the meeting, addressed what will hopefully be a new ambulance service operating here in Magoffin County within the next few days. Of course, no need on the background, I don't think, for the situation with the current and ambulance service and the changeover. The bottom line, says the judge, is it looks as though they already have at least 1 new unit ready to roll and more soon to follow.
Coming soon, that's one of the ambulances that we're going to be getting. From NetCare, they've getting it licensed this week. Hopefully they'll be here next week. That's the plan. And so that's just
How many
one.
zero, what do you call it?
Level 0.
Level 0.
We're at level 0 right now. I got the text a little bit ago.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
every time their ambulance leaves the house, the station, we don't have any. They've purposefully been housing 1 ambulance.
How many will this crew?
A minimum of 2 is going to be out there at all times, and their intentions is to have 3 or 4.
That's good.
Yeah, they're going to have 4 trucks here, but the intention is to have 4, but they got to have 2. So once the second one rolls out, they've got another one heading this way to replace it, but we're going to try to have 3 over here.
Yeah.
Your 7-day, your tweaked 7-day, and maybe more, we'll see if time allows in just a second.
Good people of Magoffin County, my name is Tim Watkins, son of John Clay and Melba Jean Watkins Sire, and son Sean Watkins, and 7 grandchildren. We have been servants of Magoffin County most of our lives, been there for you in the time of need. I'm in your need to make sure our children and grandchildren have a safe county to grow up in. Please help me to obtain this goal by voting Tim Watkins for sheriff. I know together we will make a difference. Thank you.
I'm Neil Adams, Republican candidate for sheriff of Magoffin County. My main duty as sheriff will be to protect all the people of Magoffin County, and especially our elderly and youth, from the ongoing drug scourge. I am not a politician, but I am a highly trained narcotics detective with over 21 years of law enforcement experience. I know and I see people every day that express their concerns about the illegal drug activity in our county. I hear your voices, and I'm letting you know that help is on the way. I ask all fellow Republicans to join my team in helping me to fight this drug epidemic in our county. Vote Neil Adams, Republican for sheriff.
Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. On the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville.
First, let me thank those of you who have welcomed me into their homes. It's been a pleasure. For those I've missed, I'm not done yet. I'm visiting as many folks as possible. Let me assure you, I'm capable and willing to do this job. I believe it's time for a change. I will never let the citizens down. I will never lose my integrity, nor will I ever forget who I am or where I come from. I will always be a servant to the people. Customer service, better hours, friendly staff, and the willingness to help everyone will always be my top priority. Together we can make a change. I'm asking to be your Magoffin County Clerk.
Hello, I'm William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff. One of the candidates recently said that training and experience didn't matter, that no one has done anything in Magoffin County yet. You know what? I agree. Nothing has been done in Magoffin County yet, but that can change on May 17th. With over 33 years experience in law enforcement, I have a strategy to combat the drug problem that we've been facing for years. I believe in and support rehabilitation for those with drug addiction. If they want help, we should support them so that they can return to their families and be productive in society. But we can't allow those that want to make a living destroying the lives of our loved ones to continue. If you're ready for a positive change, I ask for your vote and support. I'm number 4 on the Republican ballot, but number 1 for Magoffin County.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Now, here it is in all its grandeur. Well, that's not an exaggeration totally. I mean, it's going to be nice this weekend, and we are due. 53 degrees tonight, mostly cloudy skies, wind still out of the south, 3 to 18 miles per hour. Those will start to calm down. And only a chance of showers, nothing on the radar at all, to the tune of about 30%. Now, we're talking about during the overnight and very few chances. I mean, sprinkles, I think, between 2 and 3 a.m. Small window, small chance. But shower chances tomorrow will kind of linger around after that. About a 40% chance up until about the noon hour or so, maybe a few sprinkles. Again, very light. 70 degrees for your Thursday. Winds out of the southwest up to 24 miles per hour at times. So a nice, I mean, more clouds than sun, and like I said, some sprinkles, very light showers at the most. And after we make it through this next little system, this glancing blow, comparatively, look what we are in store for. By Thursday night, tomorrow night, we'll see mostly cloudy skies at 54, and then Friday we'll crank it up, mostly sunny and 79 degrees. Mostly clear that night, still in the 50s, upper 50s though, for nighttime lows. And for the weekend, check it out. Couldn't have ordered this up any better if I had done so myself. Maybe I did. Yeah, I'll take credit for that. 84 degrees for your Saturday. Sunny skies, a low right around 60 that night. That's a beautiful first half to your weekend. And if you like the first half to your weekend, you should be equally as pleased with the second, because Sunday is, well, essentially just as nice. Very few changes. The graphic's about to catch up. 84 on your Saturday, around 83, 84 on your Sunday. Mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy that night, and a low of 61. The weekend's the best of it. After that, we take another dive, not Monday. Front rolls through, gives us 80 still and 50 for your high and your low. Partly sunny, but shower and storm chances roll in as a result of all the factors. We'll talk more about them later, but look what happens after that. Temperatures back down into the 60s, mid-Tuesday, low Wednesday, with still some sunshine fighting through what will be at least some shower chances. What a weekend we have in store. And that will do it. Again, thank you for giving me a little bit out of your beautiful Wednesday evening. Enjoy the rest of it. And I hope to see you back here tomorrow night after you have, of course, an edition of the Saggersville Independent firmly in your grasp. A lot to see and read in tomorrow's paper. Simply the sports stories and the throwback page, which is an every week occurrence, in addition to, of course, the news that Heather has been working on very closely here for the past few days. It's all worth the price of admission. Hope to see you after you've had a page or two read, maybe a quiz. Just kidding. See you back here tomorrow night.